What you got, what you need, everything's gonna crash and break. What you got, what you want, what you need, can I be your savior? Everything's gonna crash and break, but I know, yeah I know. What you got, what you want, what you need, gonna be your savior. Everything's gonna crash and break, your savior.
Hello everybody, it's Masterath here, and welcome to Masterath's Robot Wars Legends, episode number 67, and the final episode of the 7th series of Legends. Now, we have a stacked card for you tonight, but first, a couple of caveats. Pretty obvious to see already is Bill. So, for people who don't know, I'm currently recording this the week after all the pubs were open in England again. They were reopened finally. And Bill has pretty much been there all week. Essentially, he's bulking up for his battle against Virus in a drinking contest. Bot Builder, make it happen. But not only is Bill bigger and drunker, but also we have what we teased last week. And here it is. You thought it was safe to go back into the CPZ? Well, not now, because here is the new Excalibur. Excalibur has been upgraded and is now just as big as Bolgannon, armed with a 140-gram tri-pointed vertical spinner, which spins at 3,500 RPM. It is the heaviest weapon in all of MRW, and it's ready to cleave robots apart and show that the leader may be dead, but the nightmare has arrived. Yes, everybody, the new Excalibur is here to tear robots to shreds. Here, alongside our other house robots for this episode, Bloodshed, Genocide, and White Lightning. You may be wondering, where's Bolgannon? I think it's about time to find out. It's time for the battle card for episode 67 of Masterath's Robot Wars Legends. 23 robots are competing in this episode, with 6 matches and 5 titles on the line, kicking off with the New Blood Champion of Champions match. The current New Blood Champion of Champions, Crush Syndrome, defending the title against the Series 10 New Blood Champion, Lord Justice, who beat Riposte in the Series 10 New Blood Championship final last week. And then a 5-robot contest for F9's MRW Judgment Championship, as it takes on some of the greatest robots in MRW history, with Massac and Arrowhead 2 robots that had won the Judgment Championship this series, alongside Torto Terra and the 3-time record-breaking Judgment Champion Impact. And then a 4 corners tag team match for Speed and Diamond Storm's MRW Tag Team Championships. Blood Eagle and Dragua back to try and regain the Tag Team Championships, alongside new tag team Meshdoza and Pandora, 2 new bloods from this series. And last but not least, the legendary Hypno-Edge and Robo-Frog looking to become tag team champions for the 5th time. And then it's the MRW Champion of Champions 2021 final, as Demon Horns and Crush Syndrome battle it out for a shot at the MRW Champion of Champions. And then it is the Grudge match to end all Grudge matches. Catalyst is back, and Bolgannon, our very own house robot, is set in its sights. This will be Bolgannon's first official match here in MRW, as it takes on the returning living legend. And then you may be wondering, well, Crush Syndrome's in 2 matches tonight. What about Demon Horns? Well, Demon Horns is in tonight's main event for the Legends Championship. A 6-robot battle between 6 great flippers. Our reigning champion, AK1, Dark Effigy, the impressive Edema in this series, Series 10 New Blood Championship runner-up Riposte, the aforementioned Demon Horns, and 3-time Legends champion, Calamity Call 5. All battling it out for the Legends Championship in our final match of the series. But first, it's Crush Syndrome versus Lord Justice for the New Blood Champion of Champions crown.
Introducing the Masterath's Robot Wars Series 10 New Blood Champion, Lord Justice.
And here is the challenger for the New Blood Champion and Champion's crown, the Series 10 New Blood Champion, the 6-0 undefeated Lord Justice. Armed with a double-ended hammer which has scored its 6 knockouts in 6 matches. That weapon is top-heavy though, which has caused it to flip itself over due to the sheer weight of the hammer. It also does have some issues self-righting.
And introducing its opponent, the Masterath Robot Wars New Blood Champion of Champions, Crush Syndrome.
And here is its opponent, the reigning and defending New Blood Champion of Champions, Crush Syndrome. Crush Syndrome defeated Onis in the 20th of April 2013 episode of Masterath Robot Wars Legends to win the New Blood Champion of Champions crown, and has held it for over 8 years, mostly because we haven't had a New Blood Championship since, but that now legendary power scored it an extra trophy in MRW Legends Series 6, where it defeated Impact to become MRW Legends Champion.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
And here we go, the first match of the final episode of the series. Lord Justice, the Series 10 New Blood Champion, taking on Crush Syndrome, the New Blood Champion of Champions, a title that it's held for many, many years. And at the moment, Crush Syndrome has the advantage here. Here is Excalibur there with that new, powerful spinner. Weighs 140 grams. And it is taking it to Lord Justice. And no surprise, really. I mean, Lord Justice was the robot that absolutely destroyed Excalibur about a month ago here on Legends. Crush Syndrome currently with the advantage in staying on top of Lord Justice, who hasn't really gone out of the box just yet. Crush Syndrome with the advantage so far, back into Excalibur, who's using that spinner right there to full effect onto Crush Syndrome. Not onto Crush Syndrome, and Excalibur's toppled over. That's not surprising. But Excalibur does have that spinner, and that spinner can rotate the other way, and it's a very heavy spinner. It allows it to right itself. Very ingenious on the part of the House Robots there to have that sort of robot now. But Crush Syndrome still with the advantage, but now caught on the scoop of Lord Justice, and Lord Justice gets the hammer in on the Crush Syndrome, but Crush Syndrome in trouble now. Lord Justice staying at the back of Crush Syndrome so far. Big hammer blows to the top armor of Crush Syndrome. Crush Syndrome still moving, but Lord Justice catching it on the sides there. No escape for Crush Syndrome when that happens. And Excalibur's blade is whirring, and oh, that's a big hit! That's a big hit right there! Onto Crush Syndrome by the spinner of Excalibur, and Crush Syndrome is now in trouble, taking damage from that big hammer of Lord Justice. Crush Syndrome stuck there, but a big push gets them away from Excalibur, but not for long, as Crush Syndrome is back onto that big scoop of Lord Justice, and again, Lord Justice pushing Crush Syndrome into Excalibur's spinner. More attacks coming in from Lord Justice, but it seems like that Lord Justice has lower ground clearance than Crush Syndrome, and Crush Syndrome just not able to make any big moves, at least in the last minute or so in this match. And Excalibur's blade whirring in, trying to get a piece of a robot there, and I think it did there on Crush Syndrome. Lord Justice gets the hammer down again. Crush Syndrome pushes in a big hit from Crush Syndrome, and both robots immobile at the moment. Excalibur, what are you going to do? You're going to come in? You're going to come in? Oh! Big shot to Lord Justice. And that might be the turning point. Crush Syndrome pushes in. And nearly, that could have been an out of the arena right there for Lord Justice, but Crush Syndrome is back on the offensive here after all the damage it's taken. But it is still going, pushing Lord Justice into bloodshed now. Bloodshed with that lifter, preventing Lord Justice from doing anything. And Lord Justice is lucky that that weapon is top heavy, or it'd be out of the arena right there. And Crush Syndrome trying to get these shots in, but again, Again, the tide has turned once again. The sides of Crush Syndrome seem to be a weakness. And another big hit from Excalibur. The Crush Syndrome caught. Crush Syndrome's hammer there caught on the arena sidewall. And Crush Syndrome again takes advantage. And Excalibur, I don't think needs any excuse, any reason to hit Crush Syndrome, honestly. Or to hit Lord Justice even. To hit anything, really. That impressive spinner right there. It's still worrying as this battle's going on. Oh, and again, big hit to Excalibur. Excalibur rights itself with its own spinner. Very impressive there from Excalibur so far. Again, that's another top-heavy weapon there. But it's heavier than Lord Justice's axe. Or Lord Justice's hammer. Trying to right itself there. But Crush Syndrome not letting it happen. And again, Crush Syndrome, I think, is trying to brute force Lord Justice out of the arena here. It's been a very impressive showing for both robots so far. Being able to take some pretty big damage. But Crush Syndrome has the advantage again. The tide has turned. Again, oh, but for how long? Crush Syndrome on its top after a big hit into the wall. And now Crush Syndrome is at the mercy of the Lord. And Lord Justice comes in with some shots, but that righted Crush Syndrome, who is still working his back in the match and pushing. There's a small space between that hammer and the robot of Lord Justice, which Crush Syndrome is currently exploiting. And again, the tide turns. And now again, this time Lord Justice again getting on the sides of Crush Syndrome, which seems to be his big weakness so far. But Crush Syndrome pushes again. And again, nearly Lord Justice out of the arena. But not just yet. Lord Justice rights itself again with the hammer and gets some big shots in onto Crush Syndrome. It's been a brilliant match so far to open the last episode of the series. And again, the side, but again, the tide turns once more. And Crush Syndrome nearly, so close with that self right there, nearly got Lord Justice out of the arena. Lord Justice trying to right itself and does so with those side riders, which don't look very good if you look at it. They look slightly bent to me, I think, from the brute force pushing. The brute force pushing of Crush Syndrome there. And Excalibur once more. Excalibur wants more of Lord Justice, and why not? Bill just letting it happen right now. I think probably recovering from multiple hangovers right now. Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me at all. He's just letting this match happen at the moment. Crush Syndrome again with the push. And Lord Justice currently on its top again. Another big push. Bending those side riders. And now White Lightning had a chance to get the axe in there, but couldn't do it. In the meantime, Crush Syndrome pushing. Lord Justice trying to right itself. The pit button finally goes down. And Crush Syndrome could be very close to retaining its New Blood Champion of Champions crown against the Series 10 New Blood Champion. Now the pit is open. It's a new game. And Crush Syndrome nearly gets Lord Justice, but Lord Justice turns it around. Lord Justice turned it around right there. Crush Syndrome again trying to get him in the pit. But it's not happening just yet now. Crush Syndrome's on the scoop. And that could be it. It's over. Onto the wedge. And one more hit. One more hit. For good measure. Lord Justice got Crush Syndrome onto the wedge and hammered it home. Literally. Lord Justice has won the New Blood Champion of Champions.
Cease.
Well, brilliant match to kick off here. Nearly 8 minutes of action to kick off this episode of Legends. Lord Justice, the New Blood Champion of Champions. And now it is time for our first of the 3 Legends Championship matches we've got here tonight. It's a 5-robot battle as F9 tries to defend its Judgment Championship in essentially its biggest match to date against Tordo Terra, Massic, Impact, and Arrowhead 2.
Introducing entrant number 1, Massic.
And first up in this 5-way match, it is Massic, the most recent former Judgment Champion, defeating fellow combatants in this battle, Arrowhead 2, to win that championship. it went on to lose the title to the current champion, F9. Masterath is also a former Legends champion and used to hold the record for the longest reign in MRW history as a Legends champion. A lot of rivalries in this match, but that very powerful full body flipper is a cause for concern for all.
Introducing entrant number 2, Arrowhead 2.
And here is the first robot in this series of MRW Legends to win the Judgment Championship, Arrowhead 2. It defeated current Legends champion AK1 to win its first Judgment Championship, making it only the second robot in MRW history to win the MRW Triple Crown, with a Judgment, Tag Team and Legends Championship under its belt. This front hinge flipper defended the Legends Championship 7 times in the most impressive Legends Championship reign in history.
Introducing entrant number 3, Impact.
And the names keep on coming in this battle. It is another record holder when it comes to the Judgment Champion, former Grand Finalist Impact. This powerful pushing robot has held the Judgment Championship on 3 separate occasions, making it the robot to win the most amount of Judgment Championships ever. It is also a former Legends champion and a former Ultimate Challenge winner, but this robot hasn't really seen much success in this series of Legends.
Introducing entrant number 4, Torto Terror.
What's that? You wanted more names? Well, your wish is my command. The first robot in MRW history to win the MRW Triple Crown, but also the only robot in MRW history to win the MRW Grand Slam Series 5 champion, Torto Terror, with a Legends Championship, a Judgment Championship, a Tag Team Championship, 2 Robot Rumble winners, and 3 Ultimate Challenge victories. This pushing robot has pretty much won everything that you can win as a veteran here in MRW.
Introducing entrant number 5, the Masterath Robot Wars Judgment Champion, F9.
If this was 8 years ago, I would call this robot incredibly unfortunate to be in this battle with a bunch of legends. However, F9 is undefeated since coming back to MRW. That powerful front flipper and low robot base won it the Judgment Championship when it flipped Masterath out of the arena. It has held the Judgment Championship for nearly a month and is looking to impress once again in this field of brilliant contenders.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
And match 2 of this episode of Legends, F9 looking to defend its Judgment Championship here against some very, very credible threats. There's Arrowhead 2 in there, there's former series champion Torto Terror, there's Masterath, also a former Judgment champion. I mean, just come on, look at the list we've got here. Plus also Impact, the robot with the most amount of reigns as Legend Champion, but F9 seems to be doing okay, possibly until that moment, and Torto Terror comes in with a push. At the moment, what you've got to wonder when it comes to these sorts of matches, you've really got to have your eyes out literally everywhere in this. Excalibur comes in with a big hit onto Torto Terror there, into the back of Torto Terror, nearly flipping it straight over with that weapon. But Torto Terror seems okay, it's got pretty strong armor there, but it is on the top of Impact right now, who hasn't really done much so far here. And Masterath now with Arrowhead 2. These two have got a bit of a love-lost rivalry after Masterath beat Arrowhead 2 for the Legends, or for the Judgment Championship. Nearly Arrowhead 2 out of the arena. What a lot of people say is the greatest Legends champion in Legends history. It defended the title 7 times. And well, speaking of records, the most amount of reigns as Judgment Champion, gone first. Impact, flipped out by the Judgment Champion F9. We are down to 4. And at the moment, it's a bit of a mosh pit of robots right now. Masterath on the sidewall. F9 and Torto Terror continuing their fights from a few weeks ago. And Torto Terror also on the sidewall here. Masterath in a lot of trouble. Arrowhead 2 making a beeline for bloodshed there. But Masterath flips back on Arrowhead 2. Some big flips by Masterath on Arrowhead 2 and staying in a good position right now. Torto Terror not in a good position. F9 with that flipper. Torto Terror is a big weight and a big pusher. Right now, Masterath now gets the lifter in on Torto Terror. And Torto Terror just flies out up in the air. That's rare to see. when it comes to that. Toyo Terra, such a heavy weight. But Masek doesn't care. That's a powerful flipper right there. And F9 hits the pit release button. F9 looking to end this quickly with maybe some shoves into the pit right now. F9 still staying away from the action so far. And why not, really? Toyo Terra now on the top of the flipper of Arrowhead 2. And Arrowhead 2 could be looking to try and get Toyo Terra in the pit. But Toyo Terra staying in it so far on that scoop of Arrowhead 2. Toyo Terra trying to push Masek about, but gets stuck with the road blockers Arrowhead 2. And Arrowhead 2 shoves Masek into the spinning blade of Excalibur. F9. What's happened, F9? Is F9 moving? Or is F9 just staying there, conserving itself? I think it's conserving itself. And it's sprung back to life and flips Toyo Terra. And then Arrowhead 2 right after that, but it's flipped itself. And so's Arrowhead 2, and that's a big problem. That is a big problem, and Masek has F9 on the brink. So close, but F9 again flips itself. Turning over, and Masek flipping up on F9. F9 so close, but flips at Arrowhead 2. And just like that, Arrowhead 2's gone. First this flip, F9 lingering over the pit there, but then this flip flips out Arrowhead 2, and we are down to 3. And Toyo Terra again! F9 so close, but gets out of it again! How did it do that? And look at that, it was teetering on the brink of losing its title, and F9 is not done yet! Toyo Terra there with F9, Masek coming back in. We have 3 left in this match. Big flip there from Masek. F9 rights itself. And then gets a flip on Toyo Terra. Masek self-rights Toyo Terra. Toyo Terra pushes. And F9, I don't think it's going to escape this. Toyo Terra's there. And F9's in. And F9's run as Judgment Champion has ended. Toyo Terra pushes F9 into the pit. It was a great run from F9 there. Certainly unexpected for F9 in the pit. And now we're down to Masek and Toyo Terra. And Masek looking to become Judgment Champion again. He only recently lost the Judgment Championship to F9. But F9 has gone. And Masek's looking for it. Toyo Terra looking to win again as well. But Excalibur's on its top again. It's a heavy old weapon, that. And Excalibur gets itself back on its feet, back on its wheels. But Toyo Terra here is being turned around by Masek. And Masek pushing. Oh, and what a shot! Masek got too close to Excalibur, and look at that! Masek flung halfway across the arena there by Excalibur, and Toyo Terra now has the advantage. But Masek fights back again. And Masek flips Toyo Terra and right into Excalibur CBZ there. And this could end badly for Torty, for the Series 5 champion. For the only robot in MRW history to win the MRW Grand Slam. And, well, it's not going well for Toyo Terra right now. Masek comes in. Insult to injury for Toyo Terra. And Excalibur comes in. Oh, no! Oh, Excalibur comes in and hits Masek out of the arena there. And what a shot that was! Masek's taking some damage. You can see on top of Toyo Terra there. But Toyo Terra has won the Judgment Championship again.
Cease.
Well, what a match there. Masek, very impressive. F9, its run came to an end. And, well, Excalibur, major damage done to Masek. Toyo Terra is the new MRW Judgment Champion. And now it's time for our 4 Corners Tag Team Terror. It's Dragoon Blood Eagle, it's Hypno-Edge and Robo Frog, it's Speed and Diamond Storm, and it's the new Blood Tag Team of Meshdozer and Pandora. Winner is the Tag Team Champion.
Introducing Tag Team number 1, Blood Eagle.
And here is the Legends Annihilator champion, former MRW Tag Team champion, Blood Eagle. Blood Eagle was the first new blood introduced into this series of Legends and went on a very good winning streak, but has recently fallen off the radar slightly. Last week it only made it to the semi-finals of the New Blood Championship, losing to eventual winner, Lord Justice. And the week before that, losing the Tag Team Championships. Blood Eagle looks to get back on form tonight to become a two-time Tag Team Champion.
And introducing its tag team partner, Dragoon.
And here is Blood Eagle's tag team partner, the Series 9 champion, the full-body spinner Dragoon, who, it's actually been brought to my attention, is actually a two-time tag team champion, because I completely forgot its reign with Stinger. That is what you get when you've made over 230 episodes of this. But Dragoon is a devastating full-body spinner which allowed it to win Series 9 and win its one and only Legends Championship. It may not have a Shremek, but you better make sure it makes a mistake, or you're going flying, and in pieces.
Introducing tag team number 2, Hypno-Edge.
And here is the 6-time tag team champion, Hypno-Edge. 5 tag team championships in MRW, 1 tag team championship in Robo War Revenge, the robot that has won the most tag team championships in fan-made Robot Wars history. Looking to win its 7th tag team championship here tonight. That is a record that you can't argue with.
And introducing its tag team partner, Robo Frog.
And its tag team partner, 4-time MRW tag team champion and the original Ribot. Yes, David Jin, my cease and desist will be in the post. Robo Frog. It's obviously a joke entry, but that just proves the strategy and the hive mind between Hypno-Edge and this robot. 4 tag team championships together, not a single pairing in MRW has ever reached 4.
Introducing tag team number 3, Mesh Dozer.
And here is the team of New Blood looking to dominate the tag team division. First up, its first round dropout of the New Blood Championship last week, Masterath. Armed with a front scoop and a powerful 4-wheel drive system, allowing it to control battles easily with its big frame. However, as seen last week, that frame is incredibly fragile, and I wonder if the team has been able to sort out all the little kinks from last week's episode where its scoop was completely torn off by Lord Justice and its tag team partner here tonight.
And introducing its tag team partner, Pandora.
And its tag team partner and fellow New Blood, Pandora. Pandora made it 1 round further than Mesh Dozer did last episode in the New Blood Championship, being eliminated in the semi-finals, losing out to Riposte in a very entertaining battle. Again, it's another powerful drive lifter that currently holds the record for the quickest match in MRW history, flipping Red X out of the arena a few weeks ago in 3.3 seconds, beating out the previous record held by Isolde in the Series 10 Heat semi-finals against Demon Horns.
Introducing tag team number 4, one half of the Masterath Robot Wars Tag Team Champions, the Masterath Robot Wars Series Champion, Speed.
And here are the tag team champions, kicking off with the Series 8 and Series 10 champion, Speed. Speed is one of only 3 robots in MRW and the video version to win multiple series championships, alongside Terminator's 2 victories in the video version and Calamity Call 5's 4 victories altogether in MRW. Speed is also the only robot to win the MRW Champion of Champions on 2 separate occasions, back in 2009 and 2011. The front and rear flipper is also a 2-time MRW Tag Team Champion, alongside its current tag team partner.
And introducing its tag team partner, one half of the Masterath Robot Wars Tag Team Champions, Diamond Storm.
And its tag team partner, one of only 3 robots currently in this series of Legends to have won more than 1 championship. Diamond Storm started off this series of Legends as Legends Champion before losing it to Demon Horns in the 2nd week of the series. 4 weeks into the series, it won the Legends Championship back and had a decent run with it, before losing the title to Calamity Call 5. But 2 weeks ago, it won the Tag Team Championships alongside Speed, meaning that alongside Blood Eagle and now Lord Justice, it has won 2 championships here in this series of Legends.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
And here we go, 14th. Oh, and immediately, Dragoo! Immediately, the one robot highlight reel knocks the 3-time Legends champion right into Speed, his tag partner. He's there going, I don't want to take on Diamond Storm. I want the series champion. Are you sure about that, Dragoo? Speed, who's been on a bit of a good run of its own at the moment since teaming with Diamond Storm again. And Dragoo just knocks everyone immediately. RoboFrog ran right to the pit there. And Dragoo again, no! Dragoo pits itself. Well, that's about as Dragoo as you can get, but a big hit on Speed. And Dragoo pits itself, and Blood Eagle is going to have to come in and try and salvage this. A quick flash there from Dragoo, a flash in the pan, but jeez, that was 2 big hits there. Speed and Diamond Storm are going to be feeling that alongside Masterath and RoboFrog, really. And Masterath at the moment in a lot of problems with Speed. The Series 10 and Series 8 champion. Only one of 2 robots in MRW, technically 3, to win multiple series championships. And Speed there in the mix there. There's also RoboFrog. Speed with the flip on Blood Eagle, who's the only robot left standing at the moment. All other robots still in there. I'm shocked RoboFrog. No, I was about to say, I was shocked that RoboFrog was still in it. But nope, RoboFrog flipped out by Masterath. And now the experienced veteran of the tag team division, Hypno-Edge, has got to come in to try and salvage this for their team as well. Masterath and Pandora, plus Speed and Diamond Storm currently in the best position right now with 2 robots on each. Masterath, that flipper's not looking too good at all. That flipper's really not looking too good. Speed flips on Masterath. I think it's still having problems from last week, where its flipper was completely ripped off. I think those problems are still there. Honestly, from last week. Grueling for Masterath there. It's hanging on the pit right now. And Speed and Blood Eagle, synchronized flip there from Speed and Blood Eagle. Hypno-Edge does right itself with that lifting arm, which has caused problems to some of the greatest robots in MRW in this series. But at the moment, maybe they're seeing that Hypno-Edge is a big threat right now. And at the moment, Speed and Blood Eagle are teaming up, but not for long. Oh, and Speed toppled over, and there goes Masterath, pitted by Hypno-Edge. The Vulture, the Scavenger, pushes in Masterath, and yep, that flipper is buckled at one side. Completely off at one side, ripped asunder, possibly by Dragoo's attack, and Blood Eagle goes in as well. And there goes Blood Eagle and Dragoo out of the contest, and Hypno-Edge with a second elimination to its name. Pandora has to come in now. Diamond Storm and Speed looking in a really promising position so far. But Speed needs to stay on it here against Pandora. Pandora, a powerful flipper. It's got very good pushing power and can easily push most robots around, but a big flip there from Speed. Diamond Storm tagged in. See how much damage was done to Diamond Storm. The flipper is still working, but is it working to its full capabilities? I'm not too sure. I think that first shot from Dragoo did some major damage to Diamond Storm. And Hypno-Edge pits Diamond Storm. Revenge for Hypno-Edge's first shot of the Legends title there, where Diamond Storm beat it. But this time, Hypno-Edge has eliminated 3 robots. Speed has to come in again. It didn't rest for long, but Speed is back. And Pandora nearly pitted, but does right itself. So does Hypno-Edge. We are down to, I was about to say we're down to 3. We're down to 2. Hypno-Edge gone after a brilliant mid-match flurry. And now it's Speed, it's Pandora. One of these 2 is going to be tag team champion. Will Speed defend the title? Or will Pandora take it with Masterath? That rear flipper of Speed there working in good effect. It's very rare that flipper is actually used. See the bounce there on Pandora. It's a very strong construction there on Pandora. It was able to take Lord Justice's hammer last week. So it did amazingly well there. And now it has the advantage on Speed. And Speed in trouble. Speed trying to right itself. But Pandora staying at the back of Speed. With that flipper raised, it can't do anything. Speed trying to turn around. And Pandora pushing, going for its first title. But Speed, the the wily veteran, here takes the advantage back on Pandora. Now Pandora's in trouble, and Speed just looking for that one flip. One flip is all it takes, and there it is. Speed beats Pandora, and that means that Speed and Diamond Storm remain the Legends Tag Team Champions.
Cease.
Well, what a match that was. An early match flurry from Dragoo before it was pitted. Hypno-Edge, really impressive, taking out Blood Eagle and Diamond Storm and Mesh Dozer. But Speed, right there, was the finisher, beating Pandora and retaining the Tag Team Championships alongside Diamond Storm. And now, it is time for our next match. And it's the MRW Champion of Champions crown on the line. It's Demon Horns versus Crush Syndrome.
Introducing Demon Horns.
And first up, it is former two-time Legends Champion and the Champion of Series 6, Demon Horns. This powerful front flipper defeated Diamond Storm in the heats, then defeated AK1 in the quarterfinals, followed by a victory over Dragoo in the semi-finals. Demon Horns has had a brilliant resurgence in this series of Legends, competing in 7 battles in this series and only losing once.
And introducing its opponent, Crush Syndrome.
And here is now the former MRW New Blood Champion of Champions, Crush Syndrome. Crush Syndrome, on the other hand, hasn't had the best of runs here in this series of Legends, competing in 6 battles and winning 4 of them. It defeated Ensign in the first round of the Champion of Champions, following that with a quarterfinal victory over former series champion Torto Terra, and then defeating another former series champion Dark Effigy in the semi-finals. But its 2 losses in this series of Legends have come at the start and at the tail end of this series. Losing in the opening episode's main event against Diamond Storm in a battle that also involved Dragoo for the Legends Championship. And most recently, earlier in this episode, losing the New Blood Champion of Champions crown to Lord Justice.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
The biggest question here, how much damage did Crush Syndrome take in the opening match against Lord Justice? It looks like they've been able to repair it mostly. It is moving at least, so that is a good sign for the Crush Syndrome team. But Demon Horns has the advantage, but Crush Syndrome quickly away and shoves Demon Horns close to Excalibur's blade, and you can hear it! Oh, you can hear it whir! You can hear it strike! You can hear it absolutely rip through opponents, even a former 2-time Legends champion! And Demon Horns is on the back foot immediately, but self-right in frantic fashion. Look at that! From that 5-ounce spinning blade, Crush Syndrome currently using it as a weapon, as an arena hazard at the moment. But don't get too close, Crush Syndrome, because Demon Horns is not a robot to be taken lightly. Defeated Diamond Storm to get here. Defeated AK1 and Dragoo. Oh, and a big hit there from Excalibur. Crush Syndrome defeated Ensign, Torto Terra, and Dark Effigy to make it this far. The winner becomes Champion of Champions, and Demon Horns has turned it around. Demon Horns has turned it around, and Crush Syndrome now in trouble with Excalibur's blade. Finally, Demon Horns uses that flipper and does that. Oh, so close. Crush Syndrome nearly out, but now it's got the massive monster. It's got the Nightmare, the leader of the pack, to deal with, and it's beached on its top. And Demon Horns wins. Excalibur is on a tear right now. It's second robot that it's knocked out of the arena in this episode. Demon Horns, the new MRW Champion of Champions.
Cease.
So there it is, Demon Horns, the new MRW Champion of Champions. Just another accolade to what has been an incredible Legend series for Demon Horns. But now, it's the crunch match to end all crunch matches. The return of Catalyst. And it's going against its arch rival, our very own house robot, Bolganon. We're going to see some bloodshed here. No pun intended. But a robot might be out of action permanently after this one.
Introducing Bolganon.
The in-arena debut of our very own house robot, Bolganon. Bolgannon debuted at the start of Series 9 of Masterath Robot Wars and immediately made an impact in the 8th Robot Rumble, being the first robot to get out of the arena in the new arena, the Asylum. That unfortunate robot, its opponent here tonight. Bolgannon also came runner-up in the 2012 Fan-Made Robot Wars House Robot of the Year category. That powerful drive and that front claw allowing it to control robots and slam them into an arena wall, into the pit, or as seen in the first confrontation between these two, out of the arena.
And introducing its opponent, Catalyst.
And here it is, the return of the living legend Catalyst. The Series 2 champion that we haven't seen in over 2 months, when the front of this robot was completely destroyed by its opponent here tonight in a match involving Arrowhead 2 for the Judgment Championship. The team have made some improvements to Catalyst and they say there's not a weak point on this robot anymore. It's got strong armor and a very powerful front flipper. It's also quite large, being one of the very few robots that couldn't be pitted in the old arena. So this robot is one of the reasons why the Asylum was created. Catalyst looking to end this near 9-year feud here tonight.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
The blood feud ends tonight. Bolgannon and Catalyst, who've been feuding with each other for about, 7 or 8 years, ever since the Series 9 Robot Rumble. And Catalyst, they've made improvements, they've made the robot sturdier in a lot of ways, giving it a bit of a paint job in red there, as you can see at the top. And Bolgannon is getting flipped about. That's a bigger, much sturdier construction there from Catalyst. And Bolgannon having problems right now immediately. The house robots seem to be on Bolgannon's side, but that's a mistake. And right into Excalibur. And we've seen Excalibur do, well, some big moves in this episode. Knocking out 2 robots out of the arena. But now, Catalyst has the advantage against Bolgannon. I'm wondering how the house robots are going to do with Bolgannon. It looks like they're just leaving him. They're leaving Bolgannon. They don't want to hurt Bolgannon. So Catalyst comes in and takes out Excalibur. Well, who'd have thought that? Excalibur up and over for the time being. That blade does have the counter rotation, allowing it to right itself. But Catalyst at the moment is just having fun with the house robots. And that robot looks a lot more sturdy. Bolgannon is on its side, and be wary of Bill's count there. I think Excalibur's trying to get Bolgannon back on its wheels, I think. But Catalyst is right there and nearly so close to Bolgannon going out of the arena. Very close. Now Bolgannon fights back with a push. But Catalyst, there might be some sort of problem with both robots here in the opening flurry. But Catalyst now getting the flips in onto Bolgannon. And Bolgannon not really done much so far. Yep, that was obvious to see. Yep, Excalibur turning its back until Bolgannon gets the advantage in. And there it is, a big claw has upended Catalyst. And Catalyst rights itself with that flipper. I wonder if it still has those Shrimek problems. It doesn't look like it right now. It seems to be self-righting probably better than it's ever done right now. But a big flip again from Catalyst, and Excalibur right there in the corner. Blade facing the wall. As Bolgannon is on the defensive. That is House Rebel strategy. They're there for each other in the end. But Bolgannon is not looking good right now. And Catalyst again underneath Bolgannon, and a big flip there from Catalyst. Look at that. Turn Turtle 360. Right there from Catalyst. And again, trying to get possibly Bolgannon out of the arena, or it's just toying with him. But do not toy with Bolgannon for too long, because now Excalibur's turned around. And that spinner is going to get in. Oh, you can hear it smack into the plastic shell at the top there of Catalyst. Probably its strongest part, but if they can take off, and I think that's probably what Catalyst is going for, that flipper mechanism up the back, that could disable Catalyst flipper, and this battle could change completely to Bolgannon. But oh! And there, Catalyst takes advantage. And look at that, Bolgannon flung into the air. by Excalibur, and Excalibur's turned around again. Oh, and there it is! And Catalyst with a big launch against the big Bulganin. Look at that! And Bulganin out of the arena. Catalyst has won the blood feud. Now, can this finally end?
Cease.
So, Catalyst with the win there over Bulgarin. Its return match here on Legends. And now, it's time for the final match of the series. The main event. The 6 Robots Challenge. Winner becomes Legends Champion. Can AK1, the current Legends Champion, fight off 5 very impressive robots in this series? Dark Effigy, Edema, Riposte, and former Legends Champions of this series who won Legends Championships in this series, Calamity Call 5 and Demon Horns. Let's find out.
Introducing entrant number 1, Dark Effigy.
And the first entrant in this 6 Robot Challenge is former 2-time Legends Champion Dark Effigy, the winner of Series 4 and one of the most durable robots in MRW. It is armed with a front hinge flipper which is incredibly controlled and has side righters allowing it self-right back onto its wheels. It is also a former Tag Team Champion, but its drive is slow and can be outmaneuvered.
Introducing entrant number 2, Edema.
And here is the former 3-time Masterath Robot Wars Tag Team Champion and former Series quarter-finalist Edema. For many series, Edema has been seen as a tag team robot, but in this series of Legends has proven that it's one of the very best here in singles competition. Some very dominating displays have been at the hands of that powerful front flipper. Currently competing in its 10th match in this series of Legends, its current win record is 6-3, and that win ratio certainly isn't something to scoff at.
Introducing entrant number 3, Riposte.
The runner-up to last week's Series 10 New Blood Championship, where it was defeated by Lord Justice in the finals. Riposte is armed with front and rear flippers and is very difficult to try and attack. However, that weak side protection is suspect, and possibly what's joining the flipper to the rest of the robots. Certainly a dark horse in this match, as there aren't many robots here that can actually damage it.
Introducing entrant number 4, Calamity Call 5.
And next it is the 4-time MRW Series Champion. 3 in the main Masterath Robot Wars series and once in the video version before MRW started on YouTube. Calamity Call 5 is also the most recent former MRW Legends Champion, as it lost the title to AK1 3 weeks ago. One of only 2 robots in MRW to have won the Legends Championship 3 times, and is looking to become an unprecedented 4-time Legends Champion here tonight. However, it's never been a really good Legends Champion, with 2 of its previous Legends Championship reigns ending in 1 week.
Introducing entrant number 5, the Masterath Robot Wars Champion of Champions, Demon Horns.
And here is the newly crowned MRW Champion of Champions, Demon Horns. One of the greatest runs in this series of Legends, competing in its 9th match here in this series, with its previous 8 battles going as 7 victories and 1 defeat. Only Lord Justice can say that they have also won 7 matches in this series of Legends. Demon Horns looking to join the ranks of Calamity Call 5 and Diamond Storm as a 3-time Legends Champion, but also to become the robot in this series of Legends to have won the most battles, with a potential 8th victory coming up.
Introducing entrant number 6, the Masterath Robot Wars Legends Champion, AK1.
And finally, the Legends Champion, AK1, who has had one of the biggest comeback stories in this series of Legends. Came into the series as Judgment Champion after the robot had to be completely rebuilt due to the last 7 years without combat. And after so many failed attempts, including losing its Judgment Championship to Arrowhead 2, they finally got it right and AK1 started to bounce back, winning a number 1 contenders match before defeating Calamity Call 5 to finally become Legends Champion. Its most recent appearance was 2 weeks ago in its first title defense, where it defeated Ensign. Tall odds for AK1 here, but that powerful spiked flipper could very well be the difference maker for the champ.
Roboteers, Stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
The main event of the final episode of the series. The 6 Robot Challenge, AK1, with very horrible odds here. But we have some brilliant robots. Riposte, Calamity Call 5, Dark Effigy, Edema. This is just a flipper frenzy right now. And the Legends Championship is on the line. And Edema with a flip on Dark Effigy. Calamity Call 5 won the Legends Championship against Diamond Storm earlier in this series to become only the second robot to win the Legends Championship 3 times. Demon Horns has also defeated Diamond Storm in this series twice. Once for the Legends Championship. It's second overall. AK1 beat Calamity Call 5 to win the Legends Championship and has held it for 3 weeks so far. Riposte, the runner-up in the New Blood Championship, lost to Lord Justice. Edema, one of the best runs I think I've seen in a series of Legends, probably since Arrowhead 2 a few series ago, and a big launch from Edema there on Dark Effigy. Dark Effigy really hasn't done much in this series so far. AK1, the current champion, there with Edema on its flipper, and a big launch there from AK1. Wouldn't surprise me if all these robots go out the arena, honestly, because, well, it is a flipper frenzy. We've got 5 brilliant flippers that are rear hinged, and then the front hinge flipper of Dark Effigy there. And Edema, oh, big hit from Excalibur's blade on the Calamity Call, and then Edema got caught, and Demon Horns is gone first. The champion of champions is gone. Demon Horns out first. Well, it proves that attack from Excalibur did no damage to Edema's weapon. Demon Horns out first. They won the Champion of Champions earlier tonight, but they are out of this match. 5 left. And AK1 currently moving in on Dark Effigy here. Dark Effigy trying to stay alive in the contest. And a big hit by Excalibur on the Dark Effigy. And I think part of Dark Effigy's come off there. It looks superficial to me, but I'm not too sure. We haven't seen Dark Effigy move since that onslaught by Excalibur, and again. And I think AK1 has punctured Dark Effigy there as well. Big damage done to Dark Effigy, but it's still running at the moment. Calamity Call 5 rights itself. Riposte and Edema now. 2 very impressive flipper robots. Big flippers. And Riposte are wondering how much damage Riposte is still fighting with, pretty much, from last week's episode where it lost the New Blood Championship to Lord Justice in the finals. And at the moment it's on its side, but it does right itself with the side righter. Calamity Call 5 now comes in and gets Riposte back onto its top for the time being. Riposte having problems riding itself here, but does get the lift in on Calamity Call 5. Dark Effigy not been doing much here apart from getting battered there by Excalibur. Calamity Call 5 trying to ride itself. Dark Effigy now comes in and Riposte counters and hits Dark Effigy there. Edema trying to ride itself. Is having problems. Is in all sorts of problems. Calamity Call 5 still moving and powering through. And Edema flips up AK1 and nearly out of the arena goes the Legends Champion. And Edema just being launched by everybody right now. AK1, Riposte, a misfire there from Edema onto Dark Effigy. That could have been the former series champion outright there. AK1 gets on the top of the flipper of Edema and a big launch again. But AK1 righting itself for the time being, but has been beached on its side there, and Calamity Call 5 takes advantage. So does Riposte. What a match this has been so far, and still 5 robots remain, and only one of these robots will be Legends Champion. Can AK1 defend the title? It's currently doing good so far, but Dark Effigy is taking a lot of damage. Edema has been incredibly impressive here in this. Is it finally the time for Edema to be Legends Champion after one of the greatest runs? Well, it might not be Dark Effigy. Oh, and a double hit! First with that attack by Excalibur, and then this right into the blade of Excalibur by Edema there. And Dark Effigy, I think it's having problems riding itself, but it's still moving. That is a testament to the endurance, the durability of Dark Effigy right now. Really impressing so far. Calamity Called 5 nearly out of the arena by riposte. The 4-time series champion nearly out of this contest. A robot that's pretty much won everything. And Edema trying to flip out of the arena. No! The champ's gone. AK1 out. And Edema flips out AK1. We're going to have a new champion here. Calamity Call 5 looking for its fourth Legends Championship. That would be a record. An absolute record if they can pull it off. They're not going to. Edema's on a tear. Is Edema going to do it? Edema flips out half the field, including 2 former series champions. Riposte, Dark Effigy, and Edema. One of these 3 is going to be Legends Champion. Dark Effigy, the only robot out of these 3 that has experience as a former Legends Champion. Edema, though, has been really impressive. Riposte has just been in there right now. No! There goes Edema. What a run from Edema there. Edema did so well, but they're out. It's Dark Effigy or Riposte. One of these 2 is going to be Legends Champion. And Edema is gone and Riposte might follow. And Dark Effigy wins it. The Series 4 champion has done it here. Dark Effigy has won the Legends Championship for a second time. Dark Effigy, the new Legends Champion.
Cease.
Well, in that battle, we went down from 5 to 1 pretty much in the space of a few minutes there. First out was the new champion of champions, Demon Horns. Then the champion, AK1, went out next, followed by Calamity Call 5. All of them eliminated by Edema. And then Edema flipped out by Riposte and Dark Effigy. A rare out of the arena there for Dark Effigy, beating Riposte and becoming the new MRW Legends Champion. And folks, that is where we are going to end it off for this series of Legends. What a run it's been, and what a series it has been. Some of the greatest battles in MRW have been in this series. And, well, it all ends with a seasoned veteran winning the Legends Championship for the second time. Dark Effigy, the new MRW Legends Champion. And, folks, what is going to be next for MRW? Well, keep watching to find out. So I've been Masterath. You can't spell MRW without MRW. And we'll see you in the future. Goodbye.
Gonna crash and break your savior.
Hey everybody, it's Masterath here. And I'd just like to say thank you very much to everyone that's been watching Masterath Robot Wars Legends this series. It's been a very tough series to try and produce with the amount of time that's been put into it. But I think it's turned out brilliant. I think it's turned out to be one of the best series I've ever done. So, yes, once again, thank you very much to everyone who has been watching Legends throughout the last 13 episodes. But now the question comes in, which is, what's next for MRW? Or even a bigger question, is there a next? So, obviously, a long time ago, I put MRW to bed completely, back in 2013, because I was completely burnt out. This time, I'm still kind of burnt out, honestly. But unlike last time, I'm not going to have the door closed completely for so long. If there is a case that I want to start a new project and everything, then brilliant. Masterath Robot Wars will certainly be the first thing that I think of. But yeah, I pretty much mentioned at the start of this that this is not going to be a weekly thing. This is not going to be something that I'm going to be concentrating on for a long time. This is not going to be something that's going to be carrying on as well as it did back in its sort of 3.5-year run at the turn of the last decade, actually. So there is going to be a lull, quite a large lull probably, There may be a few specials here or there, but apart from that, don't expect to see any MRW out in sort of the next few months, let's say. However, if there is going to be a brand new series of MRW, it's only going to be one thing. And the words you'll hear is, it's been a long time coming. I'll see you soon.